Okay, lads, if you want to see the greatest World War II TV program, this is the one, and this is why you have to see it. Band of Brothers is over 20 years old, and it still kicks ass like you wouldn't believe. If you have not seen this, get to it. Get to it now. Okay? Go back to the movie you're watching. Come back to that afterwards. Believe me, you'll be hooked. Like, okay, here we go. Imagine standing in the freezing cold, your breath visible as the Nazis are firing all around you, echoing through the forests. And the bonds you forge with men beside you, some of you might even be able to relate to this if you've been in a war, or if you've been in I don't know, a team, a team sport, okay? And the only guy keeping you alive is the guy next to you. And, you know, lads, Band of Brothers, it takes you into this reality. And here's the thing. I think it's so good and so powerful, even you'll feel like that bond and brotherhood to a degree, all right? Maybe a lot, maybe a small bit. But it really does give you a real sense of what these guys go through. Now, as best as a TV program can, all right? You know, let's keep it real here too at the same time, right? But, you know, it asks this haunting question. How far can loyalty and courage take you into unimaginable horror? Like, lads, if you take out the history books, okay, a lot of the war stories, they fade, all right? You know, that the human cost is reduced to, like, numbers and dates, you know? But what if the stories weren't just statistics here? What if they came alive, pounced off the goddamn screen? Because that's exactly what this does. It shows the friendship, the sacrifice, the sheer grit of men, not just for victory, but for each other. Each other. I mean, there's World War II veterans feel guilty that they did not die on the battlefield because they feel that the guys who died on battlefield were the real heroes. And if they didn't die, well, then they just got away with something. Can you imagine living in a world like that? Certainly not in our days now in 2024. Hell no. I mean, we're pathetic compared to these guys. I mean, it's insane. I mean, Band of Brothers, guys, it confronts the head-on. The peeling back the layers of heroism. And it shows you that the fear, the doubt, the humanity of the soldiers who lived through this. So guys, what is Band of Brothers all about? Well, obviously it doesn't take a genius. It's a World War II, so we all know the backstory. But where does it focus in on? So it focuses in on a group called Easy Company. And these guys were on the Normandy beaches on D-Day, but these guys actually were in the background, right? This really where it all starts off. And then they start pushing into Holland, into Germany, and there's other parts which are amazing to watch, by the way, and it's all true stories. And what it does also is that it shows you the planning, even D-Day, right? Obviously, I'm sure a lot of you have seen Saving Private Ryan, the greatest World War II movie of all time. I don't care what anybody says. Nothing beats Saving Private Ryan. But this is the Easy Company that were in the background. They weren't on the beach. These guys were up in behind the scenes trying to take out the tanks and the cannons that were shooting down onto the beaches. So they, like, without these guys, these paratroopers, the guys on the beach even had less of a chance. And we start off their whole journey from D-Day and pushing through into mainland Europe. And episode after episode, lads, we're pulled in further as they go into the mainland Europe. We get to know the troops a lot better. And look, I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to ruin anything, but some people die, some people live. And it's heartbreaking, it's exciting, it'll make you angry, it just kind of, it pulls you through so many different emotions for these guys. And you do really see the bond as their bond as they go through just gets stronger. They go through freezing winters, summers. They're dwindling in supplies. Their mental scars of combat, and you come to care about them. You really do. Like these guys, some of them are complete a-holes. You know, like you might see one or two guys at the start of the TV series and you go, oh, I don't like this guy. But come to see our episode 4, 5, 6, maybe even 7, you start loving these guys. Because you're on the journey with them, lads, to some degree here. Pinnacle of Band of Brothers, lads, is its brutal honesty. It doesn't glorify war. It shows the cost that these guys went through, and as we all know, in real life. There's moments when their strength is pushed to the brink. Their humanity is called into question. They wonder, are they monsters? Are they demons? Are they good people? Should they have lived? Should they not live? They just don't know where to go. And it really does highlight the emotional roller coaster that these lads go through. And like we said, guys, we focus in on easy company. That's where it all begins for this one. I think you'll find yourself gripping your seat, seeing guys go through impossible odds. By the end, lads, you're not just watching another TV random program. You're living this program. It's amazing. The sacrifice, the lessons of the resilience, lads. It's an experience, this TV program. It really is. Really, truly is. There's no make-believe here. There's no sing-song. There's no WWE moments to this, lads, all right? There's no fakeness. This is all based on true goddamn stories. And it's rated as one of the top in IMDb of TV programs of all time. And afterwards, you'll probably start watching World War II documentaries because you'll just be gripped. Lads, the Band of Brothers, drop everything what you're doing and watch it now.
Peter.
Wow.